this year was such a dramatically different set of public expectations than you had last season based on how well you were able to do last year?
You repeat the question.
You're all good.
Yeah.
Just like, obviously you guys drastically exceeded what people expected last year, winning the Big 12 title. So what's it like now coming into a second season after that, where the world as a whole expects big things from you?
I think it just comes down to like building off of that. But last year, we haven't really talked about it this year. Like, it doesn't really matter. So kind of us being able to improve each day and like step up the standard, step up our game, just have a better outcome, more success.
Kind of following up on that, I wonder what the summer was like for you guys, and with Coach Lee especially. I mean, did he elevate the expectations this summer just to kind of say, look, everybody knows what we can do now, let's make sure we don't slip or anything like that?
I mean, there's definitely expectations after the spring that's set for the summer, and that's pretty much do your duties, stay fit, keep working at it. And so a lot of us played on summer teams. Like I played on a summer team in Minnesota, a couple other girls on the team did. So really just trying to like stay around the game, stay fit, and be ready coming back into season. So that was the expectation.
What was it like to get back together? Because like one of the last times you guys were together, you were hoisting trophies and all the fun that comes with the celebration. And did it feel like, oh yeah, we just did this, let's do it again? Or was it more of a new beginning, lock in and get serious?
I think there was a lot of like, we've done this before, but I think there's also a lot of, this is a whole new team, a whole new season, a whole new set of expectations and standards, individually and as a team. So I think it was helpful that a bunch of us have been here before, but there's also a ton of new kids like there was last year. So just building off of that.
How helpful to know what Coach Lee expects, what he's about, how it is to be around him. I mean, how much different does it feel now than maybe at this time last year?
Oh, for me, it's so helpful, like playing a season under Coach Lee, especially because we all know the system, returners, and so it's just bringing the newcomers into the mix. But I personally feel a lot more comfortable in this style of play. I think the returners from last year feel comfortable as well, and we're able to pass that along to the newcomers. So I think we'll be even better than last year.
Sweet. Saige, what the preseason honor mean to you? Anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome to get that honor. I'm grateful and blessed, and I just think it's an honor to be recognized among like many talented and amazing players. So very grateful, but it's also a preseason award, so there's more work to be done for me individually and as a team.
Coach Lee had a couple of interesting comments after the NCAA game last year. At one point, it may have been off the top, he said, hopefully this fuels us into the off season. Do you feel like it did, being able to get to the tournament, get a taste of that 8-game stretch down the stretch at the end of the season to win the Big 12 tournament? Did that spark a fire maybe you didn't have before going to the off season?
Personally, for me, I feel like it totally did. I was like, did not want to lose like that. Thought we had so much more in us, so much more to play for, and obviously at some point your season's going to come to an end, and I wasn't ready for it to come to an end there, but I think having something to just motivate you day in and day out has been really helpful for me, and I think the team, because the team did not want to end it like that either.
Saige.
Yeah, for me, for sure, it makes me excited about this season. I think I've like never made an NCAA tournament, and I've been here for 2 years before Coach Lee, and so just like you said, getting a taste of that makes you super excited for what's to come. And I know what we're capable of now, and I'm excited to see how far we can go this year. So definitely super hopeful and optimistic about that.
Coach had another thing that sort of stuck with me after the game. He said, there's going to be friction when you have a higher standard. And Lexi told me after practice this morning, she thought things clicked. Everybody bought in late in the year. Well, what was the connection there? Was that it? Buying in? You had goals, you had to get hot, and you did.
Yeah, for me, I would say it's definitely the buy-in from every single player on the team. That's what Coach Lee was pushing for us preseason and beginning of the season, for us to really buy into the concepts, the system of play that he was teaching. And I think once we all did that on our own timeline, it came together when it did. And so for me, if we can buy in even earlier into the season, I think we can do even more and get the results that we want. So I'm looking forward to it with the team.
Jill, did you see that?
I personally saw that too. I think we were all trying to figure everything out at our own times, and then we finally, something just clicked, and it made like a completely different team. We were completely different players. We just had this sense of like, we can do this, and we can take down this team, and we can get to the Big 12 tournament, make it to the NCAA tournament, and there was no questions asked after everything just clicked.
Coach Lee told me after practice he sees you as an all-conference player, being able to deliver at that level. It's consistency, being able to play at a high level all the time. Is that something that consciously you think of? I mean, nobody wants to have a lull necessarily in their game, but how do you perform at a high level all the time?
I think I kind of go into every game just like knowing what I want to do and having things to fall back on. If my touches aren't great, my passes aren't great, I missed a shot, but I can have things I can fall back on, like completing a first pass and stuff, because I know consistency is so important. And last year I learned it kind of the hard way in a sense, because I went through a few games that was really difficult for me, but then just getting back the confidence, and then once you start being consistent, you start seeing the little successes, then you'll see the big successes, and then you'll see more playing time, or you'll see just having more fun and just being more together as a team.
Saige, the connection with Lexi up top, being able to be kind of a two-way threat all the time, this combination, passing back and forth. Has that been more of an emphasis, something that, it makes the two of you more dangerous individually when you make that extra pass to the other player? What have you done so far to kind of make that a strength of this team?
Yeah, I mean, me and Lexi have been playing together for years, back to the club days. So that's just kind of something that's natural for us. We play off each other well, pass and move off each other really well. So I'm just looking forward to that combination between us for the season. And we have a lot of great new forwards that came in, and then returners too. So building off those connections too, and connecting with those players as well.
Jill, maybe a little bit like what Dave asked before, but you got the opportunity to play a lot in your freshman season, which not everyone gets. How do you feel like you've developed now heading into your sophomore year?
Yeah, I think I really use the off season to just work on things I want to get better at, but also just get better at things I'm really good at. And I think now, as I enter my sophomore season, a lot of it is about you individually, but it's more about the team. I think I'm trying to step into more leadership roles, just making sure all the tight ends are just knotted and looped and looks great, because I think with more people with taking the leadership roles on the field and just helping out and just helping the new ones or just assisting anything that's needed, I think that makes us a really good team, is when everyone feels they can lead in their own way. You don't have to have the captain band.
Anything else for the ladies? Thanks, ladies.
I got one more, Brandon.
Go ahead.
Playing Missouri State in the spring, playing Missouri State in the spring, does that give you a little bit of insight at all, personnel-wise? They had changes, you had changes from last year. What did you learn about them as opposed to watching them against Iowa in the NCAA when, a lot of those players are not there anymore?
I think it definitely gives us a little bit of an advantage because we know pretty much their system, their style of play. So I'm excited to play them again. I think they're a good team. They always give us their best shot. And I know some of their players too. Some of them I played with during club. So I think it will be a good matchup, and I think we know about what they want to do. So I think we'll have a good game plan against them.
Who'd you play with?
Abby Hansen, Riley Smith, and a couple other younger ones that were just in my club growing up.
Anything else? Thanks,